white one. Yeah, here's a white one. This one is bent, so you can get into those hard-to-reach places, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about in the butthole. Alright, there we go. That's pretty much enough for one switch. Just to, like, give you a little bit of reference. Bro, why is my autofocus so slow for my overhead today? Then left rail, right rail, round, touch the tip. And grab a little bit more. Just enough, all right, we're good. Rail, rail, hole, tip. Make one of those switches fart. I don't want to. I don't have enough to cherry pick or to make mistakes. So I gotta be careful. Okay, this is like a little bit on the higher end for how much you should put on one switch. So I'm going to put the excess into the next switch by controlling where the dab of lube is. So when I brush downwards on my upstroke, I grab the excess lube with it. And as a result, I still have enough for this switch right here. There we go. How thick is the plate? It is 5 millimeters. Yep. It's great. I love it. It's literally Holy Pandas on a 5 millimeter plate. This is the build that is going to give me crippling depression. The best kind of depression. See, this is too much, for example. I mean, you can see it on the macro cam, top left. That's too much. That's closer to the amount I want. But again, I control how much lube I put in, because on my downstroke, I'll put a lot, and then on my upstroke, I remove all the excess. So cover it, pull the excess, and then round the hole, touch the tip. Simple. And I still have enough lube here for one more, so I'm gonna do that. So rail, rail, hole, tip. Done. All right. Now we want to assemble these 10 switches, or these random switches. But before I do that, I do want to make sure that these springs are decently lubed. And from what I can tell, I'm gonna need a little bit more lube in here. So I'm gonna grab some of this, which is a secret prototype lube that we don't talk about. And I am going to put some in here. Okay, there we go. That looks nasty. Yeah, it's nice. 205 for springs. I use a very particular mix for springs, but realistically, you can use anything for springs. Any lube is better than no lube, by a large margin. Now I just want to get some nice movement going around so I can spread the lube all over the jar. 105 for springs, yeah, 105 for springs is good. But keep in mind, if you check out the science spreadsheet, via obviously exclamation science, we cover 2 uses of lubing springs. The first use is to reduce ping, and for that, any type of oil is good. But the second is to keep it from moving around on the switch bottom, and for that, a thicker lube works a little bit better. So what I do is I do a little bit of a mix of both. What am I watching? He's cleaning and lubing a keyboard. I am lubing springs inside this jar here with some lovely lube. And And then we've got some switches here that we've disassembled, and we've lubed the bottoms using this lubricant to make these nice and smooth feeling. Where do you buy stabs in bulk? I'm actually going to do a shopping stream in about, we'll call it 25 minutes. We're gonna buy some switches and we're gonna buy some stabilizers. Did I get that Dolch board? I did not. Okay, these are almost ready. I just want to give them a little bit more time and have a little bit more beer. All without doxing yourself. Yeah, I'm not gonna actually buy anything. I'm just gonna go through the product links and make a note of all the things I want to buy, and then buy them off stream. Though I'm fairly certain I'm still gonna dox myself, as is customary. Alright, that should be good. Let me grab enough springs for these guys up here. Alrighty, where are my tweezers? There we go. We are going to very gently put the springs where they belong. Let me move my fat face. There we go. One spring per one switch. Nice and gentle. I'm trying to make an effort to not touch these because one of the loops in here is LSD oil, which will burn your eyes and nose and mouth and anything. So I tend to avoid touching them, and I use little tweezers to put them into place. Why do I hate the tofu? I never said I hated the tofu, specifically. I dislike KBD fans, and I dislike tray mounts. KBD fans is objectively a really, really shitty company that exists only to make profit off of you, and doesn't make anything that they consider nice. They don't have any passion projects. They exist solely as a business to buy the cheapest Chinese things and resell them to you at the highest possible margins. As a result, you get keyboards with zero quality control, zero effort put into them, and zero fucks given. As a result, the value proposition is really, really shit. You're better off just buying an OEM keyboard from a real manufacturer. You told you use a mix of oil and grease. In what proportion? That is secret. I saw a thing about swapping Zeal tops. Okay, I have to read it over there. To cherry tops. What's the purpose of this? It could be for sound. It could be for making your stems sit more straight. What's my recommendation for a 250 Max keyboard? Honestly, when you say 250 Max, you're talking about a kit, right? So you're not talking about the keycaps and the switches, because at 250 for everything, literally just buy an OEM. But if you're talking about kit, so literally just the case in the PCB, I suggest you literally save $15 more and you get a Savage 65, which I've done a full in-depth review on my YouTube, !YouTube, and I really, really liked it. It was a very good value board. Leopolds are good. They are. I own a Leopold. I have used one for the past 8 years. Okay, it feels better. It feels substantially better now that it's lubed. New keycaps are Best PBT set out there, IMO. I actually really like Leopold's profile. So they have a very interesting profile that sits between Cherry and OEM, which I like. I don't lube the stem at all, yes. In both of my YouTube lubing guides for MX Tactile and MX Linear, I show you guys how to do the lazy lubing method, which literally 100 times out of 100, nobody can tell the difference. It gets the same thing done with less effort and less lube all over your hands and your table. As long as you're willing to